Anthony Hirschel is the director of the Indianapolis Museum of Art, and this year the IMA is taking it to the streets to find out what people want in an art museum. Hirschel says as the IMA is in the middle of an extensive physical remodeling, it seemed natural to make the programs at the museum as accessible as the new grounds themselves.
I think we've always developed programs that we hope would serve the community, but we did that on our own and then said, well, here they are, fully formed. And we thought, wouldn't it be better if we could speak to people in the community and talk about what we were able to do, hear from them what they wanted and needed, and then try to develop programs in the intersection of those two things.
Hirschel says some people have been taken aback to hear that the IMA wants their input.
It's not what they expect. It's not what they've seen before. And it's really been gratifying that how pleased people seem to be that we have come asking, and that some measure of success is achieved simply by making those connections at that level.
Another surprise, Hirschel says, is the number of people who seem relatively unaware of the programs or opportunities of the IMA. Even people who live less than 20 blocks away from the museum, in many cases, have never visited. Those people who already know the IMA, Hirschel says, already make their suggestions known, but the IMA staff wish to talk to people who don't know the IMA and whose opinions, by and large, haven't been heard. Hirschel says they're trying to be very clear, though.
If we suggest we'll do any exhibition that you propose, and then we don't do it, that's worse than never having talked with the community at all, because we've then proven that we don't listen. That's not the way we're approaching this. We're trying to talk realistically about the things that the museum is capable of doing, the kinds of activities, the kinds of projects, the methods of engaging people in the public, and then listening to the needs, the desires that we hear exist in the community.
And at the very least, Hirschel says, the forums have been useful for the staff, instead of assuming what people might say in response to certain ideas, to hear the people themselves directly.
Part of the value of the community forums is simply opening the door. And, we'll see how this develops and what programs emerge, but simply opening the door and letting people know that communication is possible is already a huge step forward. And that's why we really believe in this process and why it's been so gratifying up to now.
There are 5 more community input forums coming up for the IMA, including one tomorrow morning from 7:30 to 9:30 at the Indiana Black Expo's Cultural Pavilion, and Hirschel says it's very likely the IMA will schedule more meetings in the future. For a list of the other forums, or fora, I suppose, visit ima-art.org, that's ima-art.org, or call 317-923-1331. That's 317-923-1331.